Hi, I'm Jen Smith Stemp. Welcome to my studio. This is the first vlog that I have done. So welcome and thank you for being here. I'm an abstract artist and I wanted to open up my studio space and my creative process and just start sharing it. I love watching other YouTubers who share their studio time and their creative process and just take us a little bit behind the scenes, and I wanted to give back to those artists who've really inspired me and given me amazing content to watch and enjoy whilst I paint and whilst I create. So welcome to my little space. I thought I'd start with a little studio tour. I need to tidy up in here, so I'm gonna let you see me tidy up this space. So this is my spare room in my house, and it is a multi-use space. It is predominantly my office, so I work full-time in marketing at the moment, and yeah, so in the week it is my workspace, but in the evenings and the weekends and any time that I get to create and paint, it does become my studio. And actually most of the time you'll see there's like art and canvases and all sorts there. So it's a very multifunctional space, and if we have guests, which we don't have very often, but if we do have guests staying, they stay in here as well. So yeah, for now it's where I create and it's where I paint, and it's yeah, it works quite well. So I'll show you around and let you have a look, and I'll introduce you to a little bit of what I'm working on at the moment. So I am about to start my first proper paid commission, which is incredibly exciting and also a little bit nerve-wracking. So I'm going to share that process with you and talk you through how that all works and take you on that journey with me. It's going to be fun. It's for a friend who is just very, very dear to my heart, so I can't wait to create it, but I'm also just a little bit nervous because, yeah, the stakes have raised. I'm not just creating for myself anymore, so it's going to be fun. So I'll take you through that process as well. I'll show you around my studio, my supplies. I'll just chat and just take you in with me, and I hope you enjoy. And thank you so much for being here. I might also just share bits and pieces about my life and what's going on, and just other things I'm interested in. I get a lot of inspiration from all sorts of places, so I'm just going to see how this evolves, and if you enjoy being on that journey with me, cool. I'd really love you to stay with me and let me know how you find it. And the only other thing I want to say today is I don't feel tip-top. I've got a bit of a cold, very low level cold. It's not COVID. I think I called it off my husband, who had it last week. So just a bit of a cough and a bit of a sniffle. And yeah, so I've cancelled my plans today. I was going to go and catch up with some old work friends this evening for Christmas, which I'm really sad to miss out on, but it's the right thing to do. I need to rest and take it really easy today. So I'm just going to potter around, clean up the studio, show you around, and get painting. Working on a few different pieces at the moment. So I mentioned I'm starting my first commission, my first paid commission, so I'm excited about that, which I will talk to you about in just a second. And yeah, I've also got a piece that I'm doing for a friend as a wedding gift, which I'm going to do on this size. I try and get my canvases from Winsor & Newton if I can. I can't always get that brand because of the sizing and availability. I don't know if anyone else has found it really difficult recently getting hold of certain canvas sizes. I found it really tricky on certain ones, so yeah, but I prefer Winsor & Newton. I quite like De La Rowney's as well, and I always look for really good cotton quality, really strong bars, and you can just tell when they're a bit flimsy and a bit crap, and also just that they're straight. It's something that certainly some of my old pieces are a little bit bowed, I think is the word that my framer would use. So I've got this piece, and I'm going to try and do it with her colours from her wedding, flowers, which were with these beautiful cream and burgundy and sort of dusky, I think dusky pinks and obviously greens for the foliage. So I'm excited to do that, and I think I'm going to get started on that one at some point this week. I just need to get the wedding playlist from her to be able to do that. This piece, I think it's finished, and apologies, it's pretty big. This was a bit of fun. It's not perfect. I've got I painted this just on the canvas and then framed it myself and stretched it over a old art frame that I ripped the tacky naff printed piece of art on it that I picked up at a car boot sale. So yeah, but I don't think you can pick it up on the camera. Maybe you can just there. There's a slight like crease in the canvas and it's showing, which is bothering me a little bit. I really love this one from the kind of colours and the like pops of neon pink. So I think I'm going to get this one photographed soon. I've been talking to a fine art photographer locally who is going to take some photos of a couple of my canvases and help me turn them into digital files, and so I can create digital prints or products. And actually my line manager this week, she clocked this in the background whilst we were on a call and said she'd really love a scarf in this style. So watch this space. I haven't created any products yet. I'm really early on in my art journeys in terms of creating for other people, so we shall see. But I'm going to get this one photographed. It doesn't have a name yet either. Something bright and fun. So that I think is done. We'll see, but I'm going to get it photographed. What else is going on? I won't show those right now because they're on my Instagram and you can check that out at Jen Smith Stemp. I've got a piece of canvas ready to go. I've got a frame somewhere. Anyway, that I've gessoed, and it's just a square piece. Can't really tell. But gessoed, all ready to go, and this is just for a bit of practice and a bit of fun. And I might do it. I might use this as a practice run for my friend's commission, just to get going with the colours and kind of understand what feels good. So yeah, I've kind of got that ready to go. And I got my gesso canvas approach from a fantastic YouTuber and artist, Aramis the Artist. Sorry about that. Someone walked past and I freaked out because I'm not used to doing this. So I was talking about how I got this process from Aramis the Artist. I'll link to her below. She's a fantastic artist. I think she's in Seattle in America, and I really love how much of the behind the scenes she shares, and she shared how she uses canvas, like rolled canvas, and then gessos it. And yeah, my friend Laura got me onto her, and then that has become such a great way of me creating more art, because I don't have to store and have the boards around all the time. So it's good for practice and like stuff that I'm not overly worried about. I've also got a plain square one ready to go as well, so I've got a couple of like, and they're not for anyone else, they're just for me. The next one is the one that is my first commission, and this frame is a thick box frame. It's not it's not Winsor & Newton, it's actually just from Hobbycraft, but it's pretty sturdy and I was really happy. Like, it's actually quite nice, and it is 100% cotton. It looks good, and I actually think for the size I couldn't get like a deep depth frame, for this size anywhere else at all, delivered or pick it up. So but yeah, I'm happy with the quality. It's got a nice bar across the middle as well, so it's going to keep it sturdy and stretched. So I'm really happy about that. So this piece I'm going to take you through the process of as I get going on it. And I think I'm going to start it today. So it's for my dear, dear friend. I call her Bailey because she has the same name as me, and we worked together, 12 years ago, maybe 10, 12 years ago in our first job, my first job out of uni. So Jenny is just a wonderful creative person. She's a fantastic writer. She has a great eye for interiors, and she also has her own brand and business called Maison Bailey. So do go check her out. She creates bespoke gifts and products, and they're really fun and they can be personalised, and she uses like laser engraving, like wood etching, don't know the word, Jen, sorry. But we became firm friends at work. I was a bit nervous when she joined because I had started a little bit before her, and when I heard that there was another Jen joining the business, I was a bit like, oh my god, who is she? What's she going to be like? And how they actually have the same name as me, which is ridiculous. But we really hit it off. We share so much in common, and she's just a lovely, lovely person and great fun, and has always just been so generous and kind and given me her time when I need it and her love and support. She lives a couple of hours away, so I don't get to see her that often, but when I do, it's just like we saw each other yesterday. So this is a really special commission. I'm really glad it's the first one that I'm working on. I've got a couple more lined up, but this one is my first, and I am really excited because I have a playlist to listen to whilst I paint, which is part of my process. I really love listening to music and getting into the like mood and the spirit of that. So yeah, I'm going to listen to a playlist that she's curated and that also her friends have added songs to. So there's a lot of like special meaning in that playlist. I'm really excited about it. And also I've had a little pre-listen and the tunes are amazing. So yeah, I'm excited to listen to that music. And then she's also picked the colours that she loves, and I'm going to potentially add a couple of extra in. So I try and pick colours for how I'm feeling with the painting, but with my commissions it's about that vibe of that person. So they can pick the colours that they want, or I can pick colours for them. And with Bailey, she is just such a dear friend, and I kind of can see her in colour, if that makes any sense. It's a bit strange, but there are just certain colours that I associate with her, and funnily enough, or not funnily enough actually, she's picked those colours, and in fact I'll share those with you. What I've got for my commissions at the moment is like a colour chart, which I just painted my little swatches on of all the different paints that I've currently got. Now obviously I can mix any shade, so these are not just the only ones, but they're the ones that I have right now. So I asked her to kind of pick a few that she really liked, which she did, and then I have kind of explored a bit more. So I've created a little like swatch card, Bailey's canvas, and definitely going to have a lot of pink and some neon pinks, some blush pinks as well, and the kind of like pastely dusky pink I really associate with her, a bit of neon yellow, some blues, and I'm going to just have a little play with the blues because I think there's another blue that I associate with Bailey and I might weave it in, not sure at the moment, and then greys as well. So if you follow her on Maison Bailey on Instagram, you'll see like her home and her aesthetic, and grey is quite she was on the grey train with interiors I think long before anyone else, and she knows how to make it work with certain colours like pink and blue to make them pop. So so that is my kind of swatch guide for this commission, and I'm looking forward to getting stuck in. It's quite a big canvas and I'm going to be doing it landscape, so I'm probably going to set up in here, maybe on the floor, and get my oilcloths out and sort of set myself up. So I will do that a bit later today and get going, which is really exciting. And then I do have another commission on the go, but I just need to check in. It's another friend who really helped me come up with the idea of having a playlist and a colour chart and kind of picking colours and the vibe. And she's also an incredibly talented creative person, also massively into interiors, so I'm excited to do hers as well, but we need to just check in on her frame size, her canvas size and shape, and just make sure that it's going to fit in where she wants it to go in her home. So yeah, need to pick up with her and figure that out, and also work out colours and whatnot. I've got a definite strong steer of what music it's going to be, but yeah, we've got a bit of a way to go before I can get painting on that one. So starting on Bailey's canvas today. I'm nervous but excited and I cannot wait. So yeah, wish me luck. I think it's going to be fine when I get into it. Yeah, it's going to be fine when I get into it. It's just getting into it and just having fun as well. And I think, you know, she said this to me as well, like, if you've created it and you've had fun, I'm going to love it. And that is how I like to paint and create, is really just enjoy myself and see what comes. And I need to trust that process. I need to trust that intuition that comes through. So I'm going to try and do that. We'll see. So yeah, I better get going. So as you can see, I have a lot of paints here on the corner of my desk. When I have a bit of time off work, I tend to take my screen off the desk and move all of the tech equipment out of the way. And then I've got like a whole nice space to work here. And then I put like an oilcloth across the desk to protect it. Although this desk protector is, you've got evidence of gesso and paint already, which is not great. So I've got my gesso. This is a new tub actually, and this is just the Graduate Daler Rowney gesso primer. It's about 12 or 13 pounds a tub, and it lasts quite a long time. You mix it with water and water it down a little bit, and that is really good for priming canvas, which I buy from Art Discount in like just a folded roll. I've got water pots, so I've got an old candle, oh that's awful, this old candle jar, which we used as a tumbler for a long time, and then it became one of my water pots, and as you can see it has evidence of not being cleaned. And then I have an enamel water pot as well. The great thing about enamel, and I use them for my palettes as well, is you can boil water, add boiling water, and it lifts off acrylic paint, which is what I use mostly. So yeah, and it just comes away, although I haven't done that on that cup for a little while. So I've got those. This my mum bought for me, and it is a brush holder. So and like you can clean your brushes, so you put water in the bottom and then you can agitate the brush on this like mesh that removes, and then you can, I'm not left-handed so this is fun, you can let your brushes hang to dry. So that's super handy, and when I've done a big painting I use quite a few brushes, and it's really really good to hang dry them because they dry flat and don't get so ruined. And then I have got my spinny wheel of dreams. So this I picked up for 50p at a car boot sale and cleaned it up, and I think it's an old utensil holder for the kitchen, and it's not a Tupperware brand, but the woman said it was another brand similar to Tupperware, and I can't remember what it is. But it spins, it's on ball bearings, and it's got these little compartments. So this is where the majority of my paint lives. All my Liquitex heavy body, which I love, my golden acrylics, which are super duper pigmented, Winsor Newton. Don't always love their Galeria range, but some of their colours I do. And then I've got a few Daler Rowney System 3s, and then I've got my paint brushes. So I've got I use a lot of these sort of flat brushes. And I bought a bulk pack of those in 2" and in 1" from Amazon, and they are really helpful. Then I've got a whole load of other paintbrushes and toothbrushes and random tools and pencils and stuff. So this is super helpful, and I just quite like sitting and spinning it. And you can see as well that I have painted the lids of the tubes because it just helps me grab them much quicker and know what colours they are. So they're not perfect. You can see I've just shoved a bit of colour on the top, but they really, really help me just go, oh yeah, there's my like purple and there's my orange. Behind them I have got Liquitex spray paint. I love these spray paints. I've just started playing with them in the last couple of months, and I think they are really fun. My husband freaks out a bit when I use them in the studio because it is technically a spare bedroom. So yeah, it's winter time and he wants me to be outside if I'm spray painting, which, yeah, we disagree on. I don't want to be outside doing it, but I do understand these particles do kind of go into the air. So yeah, yeah, we're gonna have a battle on that one, I think, for a little while. But anyway, they're really fun to use, and they add like a nice bit of texture to my paintings as well. And then I've got some random like house emulsions, a Craig & Rose emulsion yellow, and it's just some random testers, and I don't use them a huge amount, but I sometimes use them as like background colours and base colours to then build on. So they can be quite handy, and yeah, they don't last like acrylics. They're not as good strong pigment. They are not designed for fine art or painting in that respect. So I use them minimally, but they are nice colours, and I am looking to replace all these colours in acrylic. And I've got some of them, like the Sweet Lavender is really similar to the De La Roni Pale Violet. So I'm kind of picking them up as I go. And then at the back here, I've got a mix of different bits. So I've got some golden, quite liquidy fluid acrylics, just a couple of those. They're not cheap, but they last a long time and they're super pigmented. So I've got those. I've got some cheaper like paints, and again, I tend to use these cheaper ones for like background. I do use white a lot, so I tend to just buy what's available and what's on offer, and I always get titanium white and make sure not to get mixer white because that's really transparent. I've got these, which are self-filling. You like squeezes, and I can't do this left-handed. Bear with me. Oh god, is it screw top? Oh boy, no. Oh, I'm gonna have to change my hand. Hang on. No, I'm gonna put you down. So I'm hoping that some of the painting behind me is covered up. So I've just finished the first sort of session on this commission, and I really enjoyed it. I think as soon as I just started to get paint on the canvas, I felt a bit more in the zone and a bit more like just free flowing. Like I said, I don't plan things, so I had the music on and it's such a good playlist. I'll check with my friend if she's happy for me to share it. I hope she is. It might be in a little while once she's received her painting and it's all done. But yeah, it's a really good mix of tunes, some old, some new. There's some songs I remember from her hen do and from her wedding as well, and a couple of tracks that really remind me of her as well. So it's been really fun, and I've just been thinking about our friendship the whole time I've been painting, and that's been really, really cool. Like I said, she's a really good friend, and I feel very, very, very lucky to have her in my life. So it's just really nice to be able to paint for her. And what's lovely as well is the way it's worked out. So her friends have all chipped together to pay for her commission, some of her uni friends, and they all picked a song for the playlist. I'm not sure if I said that already. And it's just really lovely to have like their input as well into this. And I know that just adds like an extra layer of meaning for her and for the painting, and for me as well. Makes it even more special and much more of an honour. I mean, it's already a huge honour for me to do this. So yeah, it's gone well. I probably will revisit. So I tend to do the majority of a painting at once, and just throw myself at it for as long as it needs. And then I tend to let that layer dry, and just go back and sort of add touches and work on areas that aren't really working for me or need just a bit more oomph. So that's what I'm going to do next, but I'll probably do that tomorrow or maybe later in the week, just see how I feel. And yeah, I really I have to be careful not to overwork my paintings. I'm not sure if anyone else who watches this who paints like gets that feeling as well. It's sometimes hard to know when to stop. I usually stop before I think it's finished. I don't know if that makes sense. I think it's like a sense of like, if I take this any further, I have the potential to ruin it. That's the point that I stop, even if I'm like, oh, I could do more. So we shall see, but I'm really, really excited about it. I love it already, and I look at it and I see my friend. So that's really cool. I mean, it's abstract, so of course I don't see my friend, but just her energy and her personality is like on the canvas, and for me that is what this is all about. So I'm probably going to sign off here. I think I will do a follow-up video reveal. So it's a birthday gift. It's early December. Her birthday is early January. I'm not entirely sure when I'm going to give this to her, but I am going to go and take it to her in person and visit, and give her the big reveal, which is super exciting. So I'll probably film that, and if she is happy for me to do that. So I will do a follow-up video of how that goes. So thanks for tuning in and bearing with me with my sound quality, with my editing skills, which are very, very, very rusty. And yeah, on my first studio video. You can follow me at Jen Smith Stemp, S-T-E-M-P, on Instagram. I'm getting my website up at the moment, and I'm also looking at sorting out my Facebook page and all of that jazz. So at the moment you can find me here or on Instagram. I'd really appreciate it if you like this video to like the video. Leave a comment if there's anything that sparked an idea for you or you thought was interesting. And yeah, I hope to be back in the studio with more for you really soon. Thanks so much for watching.